What's up, guys? Eric here with driverlineup.com, world's okayest steering wheel holder. And Jenna and Remy is getting lots of love right now. She's going to start yelling at me here in just a second because she has to pee pee. And she didn't take the opportunity she had.
3 times this morning.
3 times this morning. When it was nice, at first when it was nice and cool out. 4 in the morning? 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it's close to 4.
Nice and cool out. And second and third time, not so cool, but not as hot as it is now. Truck's showing 112 degrees. And now she wants to go out.
What I literally said before he started recording is that I said right now I'm just gently choking Remy a little bit just so that she's aware that I could end her, because she's sitting here just fussing, wanting to go out, and it's like, Remy, come on.
Yeah, so we're sitting here once again idling. We're part of the idle gang these last couple days because the truck's showing 112 degrees. The weather app says it's not that hot in Texas, but I'm more inclined to believe the truck right now. It is freaking hot.
Well, and that's what this tiny terrorist doesn't seem to understand. She didn't want to go with the program the times we took her out because it was hot. And she doesn't really seem to comprehend it only gets worse the longer you wait. So if I were to take her right now, she would just do an about face and try to get right back into the truck.
So, Travis Kinley did a video yesterday about, he talked about these damn bugs. What are they called?
Cicadas?
Cicadas? Is that what they're called?
They're the stupid bugs that sound like electricity. It sounds like a power line.
Dude, Travis Kinley, you were spot on, but I actually call those bugs something else. I call them caramel
bugs.
Caramel plague bugs.
Yeah, caramel plague bugs.
The reason I call them caramel plague bugs is because when they hit the windshield, it doesn't matter if you have like an acid-based bug remover, not that I do, but in your reservoir, man, that shit just smears into the windshield. Like you can't get it off the windshield with just windshield wipers and fluid. So if you're in a cloud of those things,
consistency of caramel, it just smears.
Yeah, it's like caramel across the damn windshield. And yesterday, coming across was Ohio, man, I had just cleaned the windshield and they were the size of a plum when they splatted on the windshield. So I was pissed at these damn bugs all day, and I know these things come out, like it's not a new thing, but I didn't experience them like this last year or the year before in a truck. Nothing like what we went through yesterday and the day before. So then we stopped for fuel, and one of these bastards hit me right in the eye. And not only did he hit me in the eye, it like stayed there and made it sound and like buzzed around in my eye socket, you know. So I had a squeegee in my hands and I had my gloves on, so I didn't really want to touch my face with my gloves, so I'm just like, you know, trying to fight this damn bug off, and I'm sure I looked like a psycho from anyone else.
And then that doesn't help. Yesterday at the shipper, because we have the window cracked for vape, and it happened to like hit the mirror and then fall into the window.
I don't know if it was just so many of them or if it was because cool air was shooting out the top of our windows, but you would see them coming from like 20-30 feet away, and they could go any direction. They could go 10 yards one way, 10 yards the other way. They could hit the side of the truck, they could hit the side of the trailer. How is it they fly right through the crack of the window and then drop down onto the door, and then they sit there and just freak you out? They're psycho bugs.
Yeah, so I rolled down the window and started cursing and punching at it as people are like walking by at the shipper looking like a crazy person.
Came through the crack of the window, dropped down and landed right here. I rolled the window down. I flicked it out. And I watched it swoop up like a boomerang as I'm rolling the window up. And it came right back in the same damn crack. There's like those bugs. Like there's some.
The struggle is real.
Like, are those some sort of like government drones or something? Like, what the hell's going on with those damn bugs? They're psycho bugs.
They sound mechanical.
Anyway, Travis Kinley mentioned that yesterday, and it was so funny that I was listening to his video while driving, and I was literally at war with those bugs all day yesterday. So, and I have a little bit of a sunburn on my arm because I drove from 3:30 to 12:30 or 1 in the morning.
Well, why were you driving during the day?
Yeah, so I did some solar power, well, a combination of solar and night driving last night because Jenna's bucket of hours was like 23 hours less than mine. So, trying to even our hours out. So I got to enjoy some day driving yesterday, and I gotta tell you, it was a really quick reminder of why I effing hate it. Just the traffic, you know. I've done day driving twice in the last week. The first time, as soon as I got on the highway, Jenna's cracking up because I just got on CB and I'm like, guys, are we gonna do some driving today or what? Like, come on, let's go. Because I'm so used to at night when you just go, you know, 65, you just go, not in damn daytime.
Well, it's okay though. It's good for you because it gives you the answer to why are you tired? You only drove this many hours today. I always hear that.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
When my shift's over, if I say I'm tired, you only did this many miles today, or you only drove this many hours today. It's exhausting to drive around other people.
Yeah.
It really is.
Crazy.
Just like the one that gets me, like, and he'll laugh because, you know, if he's getting up because we're about to switch over, like on some of the loads we've had where he has to start booting up before I stop because we got to make a pretty quick switch. He'll just sit here and crack up over my commentary because whether he's asleep or not, like, I'm talking to myself, I'm like, that's the worst possible place to break down, or that's not how you merge at all, you know. And it just cracks him up because he's like, well, clearly you're having fun up here because, you know, I'm just sitting here talking to myself out loud. But it does make me wonder though, like, sometimes people just pick the absolute worst places to break down. Like, my all-time favorite I've ever seen was a guy
who picked those parts.
Well, this guy he picked because he was so. My all-time favorite picked location to pull over and check something was this guy had pulled over into the lane where you merge back onto the highway from the scale. And he had pulled over to check something in the bed of his pickup truck. And I thought some of those long-nosed, shiny chrome Peterbilt drivers were going to absolutely lose their minds, you know, like blowing the horn and honking at him.
It's just like the things you deal with in a daytime. Like yesterday, you guys know these construction zones where it says trucks use left lane.
That's a good one.
It could not be more abundantly clear that if you're in a truck with a trailer, you're supposed to use the left lane.
Oh, are you talking about the guy who was like, Prime, if you can't do 70, get out of the hammer lane.
Yeah,
Number
speed
one,
limit is 55.
It's 55.
The signs say drive in the left lane.
Yeah.
I swear I'm the only human in the world who believes that those signs mean it. You know?
Well,
like nobody else is slowing down and everybody's yelling at me on a CB for being in the left lane. It's like, well, first of all, well, I'm not gonna say that part of it. But second of all, I'm doing what the sign says to do. And I literally got into this argument about it. I'm like, dude, like, I'm following the rules. You guys yell at steering wheel holders because you say we don't have any respect for the road road life and all that.
We're too stupid to read a sign.
Too stupid to read a sign. We hit all kinds of shit. Well, first of all, I never hit anything. Second of all, you're yelling at me now for doing exactly what I'm supposed to do. I don't have to deal with any of that shit in the middle of the night, man. And I don't think they ever enforce that. I mean, I understand it. I think what it is when there's a high traffic area and there's like a lot of merging happening in construction zones. They want to get the big rigs out of the right lane so that, you know, it doesn't cause problems. I get that. But it seems like it's never, ever enforced. So you're kind of like, do I do it or do I not? Now, I did hear one time in Kentucky, two trucks had been pulled over, and both of them were on the CB while they were getting their tickets written up, that they were ticketed for being in the right lane when the sign said trucks use left lane. So at least in Kentucky, on one instance, I was aware that they were being cited for not obeying those signs. But anywhere else, I don't think it's ever, it just doesn't seem to be enforced. And if you actually do get over in the left lane and do the speed limit, 55, you will get yelled at and you'll piss everyone off. So, and four-wheelers, you guys know, and this is not a knock on four-wheelers, because I drive a four-wheeler, and before I drove a truck, I only drove a four-wheeler. Well, before I drove a truck, I probably missed, and most of you who don't drive a truck yet, you may not believe this, but it is fact. You probably miss 75% of the signs out there on the road. You probably do. Like, you don't, because in a four-wheeler, you kind of just, like, what's the speed limit, you know? What's the next exit? You have no idea what most of the signs are out there. When you're a truck driver, you see every sign. You, like, I don't even understand quite how it happens. You just do. Like, you just, every single sign. It doesn't matter if it's curb, you know, whatever it is. You see every sign on the road. But I think a lot of it is that when it says trucks use left lane, none of the four-wheelers see that. They just get pissed off at us trucks that are going 55 or slow and are like, what the hell are you doing in the left lane? So, day driving, man. Hats off to all of you who do it, but you drive at nights, you know, you have your own complexities and challenges, but traffic is not one of them. So, anyway, we just finished the low. Yeah, rocking 3 days.
So what are you going to do when I take my turn at night driving now that I have my fancy new glasses and you can see better?
You watch your mouth. Over here, using blasphemy in the truck. Yeah, we've had a really strong 3 days. We did $5,000 in revenue off of 1,600 miles. 2 loads. And it's been exhausting. Yeah, I did that video 2-3 weeks ago about long hauls versus short runs. These short runs are exhausting, especially when they're the kind of runs we've been running, which is that when you leave here, don't stop until you get there. Very exhausting. And so I did turn down a load tonight that was financially painful to turn down, somewhat. It wasn't really that super great of a load. Going to New Jersey, I think $1.90 or $1.95 a mile, FedEx load actually. But after these last 3 days of just running balls out like non-stop, like I stopped at Prime this morning for like a couple hours, 2-3 hours, just to take a shower and grab a nap, because that's the only place that we can stop, secure facility. And so this load that was proposed would have stacked a lot of cash on us by Sunday, but it was like 1,700 miles, basically non-stops, FedEx loads. I was like, man, I gotta, like, I told my fleet manager, I'm like, man, I want to, but I can't, like, I gotta take a breather Like we're being unloaded right now. Like I gotta take a breath, man. This is like grueling. You teams out there that drive 5,000 or 6,000 miles, bravo. Doing like consistently 5,000 or 6,000 miles a week. Like now, that said, Jen and I have done that time. I know some of you do it like 5 or 10 years. We did it for like 7 or 8 months. Basically through her whole TNT and a little bit after that. We ran, I'd say probably 5,000 to 6,000 miles a week, right?
Yeah, we were running hard.
We ran like crazy, and
I didn't prefer.
we did not prefer that. So yeah, so tip of the hat to those of you who can consistently do that. That is not us, and I'm not even going to pretend that it is or suggest that it is. So anyway, guys, it's Friday. Have a great weekend. Just giving you guys a quick update. Be safe, make good decisions. As always, drive to thrive. We'll talk to you soon.